Hello, friends. Jerusalem, the city of God's promise, lay in ruins. Its walls, once mighty and strong, were broken down. The gates, once symbols of safety, were torn apart. The people, God's chosen ones, lived in fear and shame. This was the heartbreaking news that reached Nehemiah, a man serving in the palace of the Persian king, far from his homeland. He was a cupbearer, a position of trust and honor, yet his heart broke for his people and his city. Nehemiah's story, found in the book that bears his name, is one of unwavering faith and courageous action. It's a story that echoes through the ages, reminding us that through faith in God, anyone can rebuild broken walls and restore hope. Nehemiah's grief for Jerusalem was not passive. He wept and mourned, yes, but he also prayed. He poured out his heart to God, confessing the sins of his people and pleading for mercy. When the king noticed Nehemiah's sadness, Nehemiah shared his burden for Jerusalem. To his surprise, the king granted him permission to return and rebuild the city's walls. This was no small task. It was a dangerous mission, filled with challenges and opposition. But Nehemiah, armed with faith and a determined spirit, set out to obey God's call. Nehemiah's leadership was both inspiring and practical. He rallied the people, organizing them into teams to work on different sections of the wall. He inspired them with his own dedication, working tirelessly alongside them. He understood that this was not just about bricks and stones. It was about rebuilding their faith and their identity as God's people. He reminded them of God's promises and their heritage. He encouraged them to find their strength and hope in the Lord. The task was not easy. Enemies from surrounding nations mocked and threatened them. They tried to discourage the workers, spread rumors, and even plotted to attack. But Nehemiah refused to be intimidated. He armed the workers and posted guards. He prayed for God's protection and guidance. He knew that the real battle was spiritual, and he encouraged the people to stand firm in their faith. He reminded them that God was with them and that their enemies were fighting against God himself. Nehemiah's story is a timeless blueprint for anyone facing seemingly insurmountable challenges. It teaches us the power of prayer, the importance of courage, and the strength found in faith. Like Nehemiah, we may face opposition and setbacks, but with God on our side, we can overcome any obstacle. Nehemiah's story reminds us that we are all called to be rebuilders. We are called to rebuild our own lives, our communities, and our world, one brick of faith, courage, and determination at a time. Thank you for watching, and God bless my friends.